Okay, so what we're actually just going to start with is we had one or two delegates who unfortunately had problems getting visas, so weren't actually able to join us. And one of those was one of the people who did best in the YouTube competition, and he recorded a little message for you, so we thought we'd just start the session by playing that. So here's Innocent, who was one of the winners of the YouTube competition.
Hi, one young world. Hi, delegates. The government of Uganda took it to a peace talk, like a peaceful way of solving this war, whereby violence was brought to an end. And I believe that's the only way out the world needs for whatever lasted war, whatever big war. Everyone needs to understand that dialogue is the only peaceful way through, and that's the most appropriate way. I feel so great for you guys who are doing this, who are for the summit, and I know you're going to make it really big. You're going to make it really to the top, because I know all what the world needs is different ideas from different people, and I know you can transform the world from just the ideas you're coming with from different parts of the world. I wish I was there so I could talk more about dialogue, but nevertheless, next year is still another year for me, and I know I will be right there with you people. Have fun, enjoy every moment of your time, and really take this as a very, very good opportunity for everyone to transform the world. Thanks so much. See you there next year.
So one of the biggest themes of yesterday, and a critically important thing, is that we don't just say goodbye to each other tonight and then nothing happens. This is a start for activity and action. And I think one of the great themes coming through the day yesterday on the microphones was terrific ideas. In fact, I was just handed one at the break, which is the concept of the One Young World African Network. And there are other great ideas. So what we thought we'd do, well, actually at the end of the day, we will be explaining to you what we have created on the One Young World website in order for the discussions around the different resolutions to move forward, in order for you to be able to share your ideas, and that we can have a kind of a concentrated space to progress things. That's our idea. There may be some better thoughts and views that come up in the next 20 minutes or so, but what we'd like to do is invite any of you up to the microphone to explain what you did last night that is relevant and interesting to helping all of this move forward, rather than just the alcohol and nightclub bit.
Should we go here, DJ? Are we staying here?
Yeah.
Anyone then.
Any mic, just go to any mic. Now, the other thing is we have Jake and I think Oliver somewhere as well. Jake is going to be, and Ollie at the back, who have been amazing these guys haven't actually slept in about the last 6 months, and seriously, the number of nights they actually slept in the agency. But so they've done an amazing job, and they're going to continue that now by just typing up all of the ideas. So at the next break, Oliver is over there. Wave, Oliver. Camera on Oliver, please.
Yo, Ollie.
Put Oliver up. That's Oliver. And Jake is here. Camera on Jake, please. Stand up, Jake. Smile. If you can find them at the break to make sure that your initiative has been logged by them and that the name of the person who wants to lead it is there as well. So, guys.
Fellow delegates, like many of you, I was a bit apprehensive when I read the resolutions. We all know they are broad, but we do know that we agree on them, and that those are values that we should share with the world.
Hear, hear.
We know it is a broad mandate, but we have here a chance to combine that broad mandate with actionable initiatives. And that is what the One Young World Impact Committee plans to do. Now, I want to be clear on this point, because yesterday I think that there was miscommunication on what the actual initiative was. Its sole job is to keep track and make a database of all the initiatives that are done by One Young World delegates. The Impact Committee has not been done yet, and it's open to anybody that wants to work really hard in order to keep track of all the projects that come here from One Young World. So we need as many of you as possible to be able to get this done. Now, this is a One Young World delegates initiative. This means that we would be in charge of making sure that our initiatives and our proposals are properly implemented. And we believe that that is the best possible way to do it. Delegates, we have for too long criticized all of those in Copenhagen, all of those people who have not been able to implement their great ideas. If one thing we have learned from our fellow councillors is that change is neither easy and it does not happen overnight. So, delegates, I urge you, and this is part of the proposal, that we actually have a vote on seeing if we accept the creation of a One Young World Impact Committee. And
let's do that now. Do a quick show of hands.
Let's go to the vote.
Okay,
Who wants to create a One Young World Impact Committee?
Okay.
Okay, that's
Carried.
76.2%. It's passed.
Well, the rest of my speech was trying to convince you that you vote for it. So. Well, okay, now it's time to get to work, and just remember, the work started in London, but it continues when we get back home. Thank you.
Great. Well done.
And just to add something to Francisco said again, it's on the same initiative, but he mentioned that it is to all the delegates for us to take the responsibility. But I think also there was a lot of people who didn't make it to the summit because they couldn't get sponsors, because it was expensive. But it doesn't mean that they're not working on important initiatives. They're not working on the same initiatives you're working. So I think it shouldn't be just tied to the delegates, but it can be much broader. And it should be within the spirit and within the resolutions of the One Young World. I think actually for a lot of people for the last couple of days, they were saying, our councillors, they were saying that, oh guys, we failed you. And I think actually they didn't fail because they're the generation that brought down the apartheid, and they're the generation that brought down the Berlin Wall and make the gatherings like this possible. So I think we learn. So I think we can learn a great deal from them. And I think it's up to us not to make in Copenhagen #2, and make sure that in a year's time, when other delegates come here, then David and everyone else can share all the amazing work that has been done in 12 months between the two summits.
Well done. Over here. Get to a microphone and come up. Sorry.
Really sorry, just very, very quick. If those of you who already worked on the proposals and who already have proposals in terms of the projects that they're working on, so Jake, he's logging some things at the same time, and I think we just need to figure out how it's going to work between what Jake is doing and what the committee is going to do. And at the same time, if you could just put your proposals also to the guy with the orange bag.
Camera on guy with orange bag, please. At the back.
His name is Stefan. And
can we put Stefan on film?
He probably talked to the majority of you about the idea, and in this case, he's just going to collect all your proposals.
Here he is. Here we go.
Hey! Big hand to Stefan. And thank you so much, guys.
And just one of the things that will happen within the website is you will be able to volunteer to be on task force, and we'll make sure it's not currently planned. We'll have to build it in, but we'll make sure that there's an impact task force on there as well. Sorry.
Okay, hi. Well, it's amazing because I feel that our ideas are just coming together without actually coordinating directly. So because yesterday a very interesting intercultural meeting happened between some of my fellow delegates from the Middle East and some of my fellow delegates in Asia, which made us feel that we really crossed borders and regions.
Right.
So mainly the suggestions were in two categories. The first one is something similar to what is suggested, which is kind of a portal, easy to report on what are the activities done by people influenced by One Young World. Because I think the idea is not only to report activities, but to spread the spirit of One Young World and to work under the large umbrella of these resolutions. So basically, we would like to recommend to include the activities, the challenges, because it's so empowering to see other activities in other countries done by One Young World delegates. And it will help with the networking, because to see what type of companies are helping. And I will leave the floor to my fellow delegates to give an idea about the other part.
Great, thank you.
As practicality, I think yesterday's meeting, which was between Taiwan, people from Thailand, from Malaysia, from Lebanon, from Iraq, from Jordan, we had this idea that also we need to be theoretically sound on what we actually want and what we demand from the rest of the world. So in addition to the resolution that has been passed, we think one of the things with this summit is that we don't have enough time to discuss, to debate, and to explore. And rightfully so, because we have a lot to get through. So the way we want to solve this is for each resolution that has been passed yesterday and the one passed today, we have already got together and make mini sub-resolutions, if you would like to call it, sub-points that we think will be of discussion. We're trying to get it printed out right now, so if anyone's interested, please come and get it from me or Sue. And also, we will be posting this online, and our idea of online portal will be there, which will post this idea, will post these things for people to discuss about it in the long term, so we can come to a conclusion about what we actually want.
Fantastic. And if you can make sure that either Jake or Ollie get that as well, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Go over here for one.
Dear fellows, good morning. Actually, my name is Andre. I'm from Czech Republic, and I had an idea if we can create something like a newspaper, which we can, like, for example, post every week or one per month. Like, I'm sure that there are many people who have like many ideas about links to send, articles to spread, and so on and so on and so on, and think that it will be valuable for more people than just for us, because then we can spread it and send it by email to more people who are attending this summit through internet. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Back over here.
Hi, thank you. I just would love to say that we're not the leaders of tomorrow. We're already leading the world today.
Hey.
And the founders have mentioned it, and I'd like to invite all the African delegates at the One Young World Conference to please stand. And I'd like to invite the conference to witness history in the making. We've founded last night the One Young World African Network. And
woo!
And what this network will seek to do is a whole lot of African leaders like ourselves have been looking for the people to invest in and change the continent, and we now have the framework through the One Young World resolutions. And what we'll be doing is communicating through social media sites and taking projects that we're running into our own country into a global pool, into an African pool, and spreading that throughout the continent. So I'd like to invite every single delegate at this conference and every delegate from around the world to join the One Young World African Network, and the Facebook group is going up in the next half an hour. Thank you.
Excellent. Great idea. We'll go down to the back.
Hello, I'm Michelle Underwood from the States. I just wanted to thank you guys for adapting and allowing this open mic session to happen, but also to propose another suggestion for perhaps next year, more brainstorm sessions, such as the ones that happened kind of grassroots last night, would be integrated into the schedule itself. And perhaps even some of these alumni could be brought back to foster or lead those sessions.
I know. Well, we'll talk about what goes on and what you guys get to do at the end of the day. Thank you.
Well, yesterday was also a great day for Latin America. We had the opportunity to get together 42 Latin Americans from Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, even Spain. They got together from El Salvador. Also, we got some people from Ukraine. They want to support us too, and we think it's amazing. We want to create a young platform called Latitude, which means Latin America, and Juventud, which is Latin American youth. Also, as Africa, to get together, share projects, share ideas, and repeat these kind of initiatives, not only worldwide, but also nationwide, because we believe lots of people also should have the opportunity to share with amazing leaders from our regions. So from now on, we have Latitude for the world, and well, welcome to this One Young World.
I think it's a great idea. Can I make one suggestion?
Of course.
If you call it One Young World Latitude, because I think the important thing is there's so many brilliant things that go on, and what we need to do is connect you around the world. And if it's just called Latitude, then the One Young World Africa Network may not know you're the same family. So if you
could we have the Latin Americans to vote for that to make it very democratic?
Of course.
Latin America, please, let's vote for that. Votes in favor for the One Young World Latitude project? I think we got the votes. Thank you very much.
Over here.
Hello, my name is Mehwish Khalid, and I'm from Pakistan. Last night I wrote just a piece of paper I need to share with you. It will take just 2 minutes. Organizers of the conference and fellow delegates, after the era of the Cold War, we have seen a new world emerging. A world which is unipolar, which is witnessing globalization at a very fast pace, and a world where information technology has removed national and regional barriers to a great extent. This, in fact, is the emergence of a new world order. Whereas this order has given new meaning to the world at large, it has also placed an important responsibility on the youth of this world. Dear delegates, the youth I am referring to is a distinct class, not only because they are young, but also because they have opened their eyes in a world which is relatively free of prejudices of the past and conforming more to the modernistic and liberal thinking. This youth has the capacity as well as the will to make enough accommodation in their minds and hearts with reference to pluralism. Dear delegates, I am representing Pakistan, which is a leading state in global war against terror. And the message that I carry from my country to all of you is that we might have our own set of problems, but the resolve of Pakistani youth is to, which is similar to the youth of the rest of the world, is to make the planet Earth a peaceful and progressive place to live where human values are cherished. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Josh. You probably recognize me. I'm from the UK, and I'm not sure if you guys know about the Tokyo Protocol that was rejected a few years ago because a certain amount of countries wouldn't sign the contracts. I think that if we have the councillors and us delegates backing it up, I think that we could get every country to sign it and reduce carbon emissions from by 50% in the next 50 years.
Good idea.
Great idea.
Good idea.
Sorry, go down to the back. Now, we've probably got about 5 minutes left, so if you can do 30 seconds each, we can get you all in.
Okay.
Go.
This is the idea I already talked to Tula last night, and then she said she's going to make it happen, but I want to share with you all, and because this idea needs everyone's help. I'm coming from Japan, and which is non-English speaking country, and then there are only 2 delegates from Japan, and then I think I need to translate everything what happened here and when I go back to Japan. And then I think there are some cases, like many of you who are coming from minor language will have the same challenges. So what I want to propose is, as soon as we finish passing all the resolution, I want to translate the resolution to as many languages as possible.
Yeah, here.
So that everyone in the world, young people in the world can read, share, and get inspired for the next positive future. So I want to everyone if you want to volunteer for translating the resolution into your native language.
Fantastic, well done.
Cool.
And quick.
Yeah, I'm from Bulgaria. I've met a lot of people here who have incredible history, incredible knowledge. So I think it's only reasonable to create a database, not only with the biography and the profiles of everybody, but also with networking links, for example, where we can find this person, and also their knowledge, their experience. So everybody enters his experience. For example, for my idea, I need connections with those of the delegates who are bloggers. So instead of searching one per one, I can just curate this database and search for people with specific knowledge and specific experience, specific contacts.
Great.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm from Tajikistan, and this is actually in relation to the point that I made yesterday. It's about the interfaith dialogue. Whoever is interested in basically talking about pluralism, if you can come back to me, I think we want to create One Young World Pluralism Center, which talks about interfaith dialogue, diversity within Islam, equality in women. So whoever wants to be interested in that and spread the word, come to me, and then we'll basically create, hopefully, the network.
Great. Down the back.
My name's Samit I'm here from the UK. I just want to say thank you to all the delegates here. It's been a pleasure sort of hosting everyone here and seeing how much unity there is in this room. I just want to say that, you know, most of us are 25 and younger. Let's enjoy this experience. It's not, let's take us, you know, let's enjoy the whole experience and let's move forward with some momentum. I think a great way of seeing how we move together and how unified we are is by doing a sort of One Young World Mexican wave to see how, if we can have any rhythm between us. So if I could just say from that far right-hand side, in about 5 seconds, if we can move a Mexican wave over to the left and see if it actually works, to see if we are unified and if we have momentum.
Why don't we do a test run, then a real run?
I love
a test run and then a real run, yeah. Go on then. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, there you go. Brilliant.
So go back, start again over there. So start over there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's better than I expected. There's noise in that, so that's brilliant.
Okay, we've got nobody else stand up. You're cheating. People keep standing on the back of the queues. Go, quickly.
Good morning, everyone. It's more than a pleasure to be amongst you. I thought back home in India, I was one of the motivated people in my country, but seeing all of you, I feel like I've just not reached anywhere. All of you are so motivating, so motivating. It's so inspiring to be amongst you, and you have really, you know, set the ball rolling for me, and I would really want to clap for all of you, and especially for these two great people here. The point I wanted to make was, and I heard it from no one else really, was that we all come from countries which have diverse people, people who are poor, people who are not educated, illiterate. I wanted to basically, I'm a part of an NGO, and I wanted to make sure that people from the grassroots are educated about this. I don't expect them to Twitter. I don't expect them to go on Facebook. But how do I reach those millions and millions of people who are illiterate and who really need our help about this? Like we said, they contribute, they are the most vulnerable. So me and our colleagues in the NGO, we made a plan, you know, how do we reach these people? And we realized that sport, like it was discussed yesterday, is the way, is the medium. Like football and rugby is for the Western countries, cricket means God to Indians. You know, there is every, you know, dhaba wala and the poorest of poor people watch cricket matches. So I thought, why don't we use that as a medium? What did we do? If you've heard of IPL, which is the Indian Premier League, it's a huge scale event. We proposed to make it carbon neutral. We proposed that it would be made as a medium, as a platform to create awareness in our native languages, in English, and to be put on air so that there are more Indians than imaginable that could be made aware at one single point of time. The proposal is on its way. It's going to be accepted in another year or two. So probably all of you would see a carbon neutral, carbon emission free IPL maybe 2 years down the line.
Excellent. Very quickly over there.
Yeah, hi. I'll keep it brief. I work for HP, like quite a lot of people here. We have about 300,000 plus people working at HP, practically all over the world. We have a huge corporate responsibility. What we're going to do, we've just been discussing, we're going to take 5 takeaways of the things that we have learned here, of all the topics that we have discussed, that we believe should be implemented at HP. We're going to bring this to the highest management, preferably to our CEO in America, to apply this. And I would like to ask everybody who works in large companies to use the power that you have to talk with the management.
Totally. Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant.
One more thing. One of my observations here is that we all speak one language, but really all of them, and I spoke to quite a lot of people, it's a language of showing respect to everybody and showing interest. And I think this is the way to go forward for the future. So, good on you.
20 seconds.
Hi, I'm Ali from Pakistan, and
I'm Aditya from India. We have we are thinking of using one young world, you know, as a platform to create a community so that people globally from India and Pakistan, they, you know, come together and share and discuss.
Yeah, actually, hello. Actually, we didn't decide it last night, but just we was discussing it, that we are going to initiate a global network of young people in Pakistan and India, and we are going to develop a website in which from India and Pakistan people will be commenting and suggesting us how to make a peaceful world and how to become a good friends. Thank you.
Excellent.
Hey guys, my name is Tylene Rahman. I'm from the UK. So we're talking about becoming leaders, right? So what about becoming proper future leaders? So what about becoming ministers or becoming civil servants, prime ministers, presidents, whatever? Sky's the limit. So I'm training in diplomacy in London, and I would like to become, I don't know, an ambassador for the UK or whatever, So I would like to connect with all the delegates who are working in the government or training to work in the government, those who are working in politics, UN, councils, ministers, any government all over the world. And I would like for all of us to put all of our ideas from One Young World together and spread these messages and integrate these messages within our governments, within our laws. Right. And we can start today. We can start right now.
Excellent. And last two.
Hi, I'm from Vietnam, and I want to add to the points that the guys make here. So instead of making an Indian and Pakistan network, why don't we extend into an Asian network so we can work together? Yeah. And one more thing, I will talk briefly. Yeah, in the last few days, we have met many influential leaders of the world. They came here to talk to us and they inspire us. So in the near future, when the summit ends, should we have some kind of online counselors so that they can give advice to us on our work in the future?
Good idea. Good idea. And finally.
Hello, I'm Saeed Malou from Lebanon. I'm last, so I'm going to keep this short. I have a suggestion. If every delegate from every nationality would go back to their country and get together and maybe open an office or a locale for One Young World where they can recruit more people into joining One Young World as volunteers or as delegates as us in the future. And this way it would grow in time to become like a local NGO, or this way One Young World would become an international organization with offices in all the countries in the world, and I think it will really grow this way. So maybe if we do it, maybe if everyone would do it in his state, maybe this would happen in the future, and we would really grow into a big organization. Thank you.
Excellent.
Davey, I just want to ask him one thing, just one thing. Is the South African delegate called Ishmael here? Ishmael, are you here? Ha! Ha ha. Ishmael, I know that Ishmael, the company he works for, I know that they have got a really unique app. I think it's for mobile phones, but it's especially to work in African countries where they don't have computing and internet. I don't know the details, but I know that Ishmael does. So if you can make a point, everybody, speak to Ishmael, because I know he's got something special. Thanks, Ishmael.
Great, listen, that's fantastic. And what we're going to do is make sure there's a forum to keep all of that coming through.